Madam President, judges of the courts, good afternoon. It is an honor to appear before you again as an agent of the Republic of Armenia. As I stand before you today, I hope you will see Azerbaijan's request for what it truly is, yet another transparent attempt to deflect attention from its own wrongdoing. We have seen this mirroring tactic every step of the parallel proceedings now before this court. After Armenia sent Azerbaijan a notice of dispute requesting negotiations under the third, Azerbaijan sent Armenia a notice of dispute calling for negotiations as well. After Armenia filed its application and request for provisional measures back in September 2021, Azerbaijan filed an application and request for provisional measures too. After Armenia raised concerns about Azerbaijan's non-compliance with the court's first order on provisional measures, Azerbaijan reactively raised alleged concerns of its own. The same pattern can be seen before the European Court of Human Rights. And now, after Armenia requested provisional measures concerning the ongoing humanitarian crisis precipitated by Azerbaijan's continuing effort to strangle the ethnic Armenian population of Nagorno-Karabakh, Azerbaijan has again sought to create a false sense of equivalence. Notably, this request for provisional measures by Azerbaijan is not in any way meaningfully different from the one rejected by this court over a year ago. Furthermore, Azerbaijan submitted its request only 6 days following Armenia's request, despite the fact that it has been in possession of most of its alleged evidence for months. In fact, the European Court of Human Rights, which was also requested by Azerbaijan to reconsider its earlier decision, rejected the request for interim measures in connection to Armenia's alleged laying of landmines. Judges of the court, allow me to be perfectly clear. Armenia has laid mines on its own sovereign territory for purely defensive purposes. Armenia has done so in the light of Azerbaijan's repeated acts of aggression, including most recently in September 2022. Azerbaijan's appetite for territory and concessions it seeks from Armenians have been increasing on a daily basis. It has used every opportunity to occupy new Armenian lands by force. This is a state that still holds ethnic Armenian prisoners of war and civilians as captives, targets civilians, encroaches on lands populated by Armenians, and ethnically cleanses such lands. And this is a state that is seeking to justify its own ongoing efforts to ethnically cleanse Nagorno-Karabakh by blaming peacekeeping forces for merely doing their job, by keeping opposing sides apart. But let me be equally clear. Armenia does not lay mines outside its sovereign territory, let alone in civilian areas, in a counterintuitive and implausible attempt to target Azerbaijani civilians on the basis of race. And Armenia has not and does not set booby traps ever, anywhere, at all, Azerbaijan has raised such accusations repeatedly, and they have been repeatedly refuted. The reality is that, as Armenia's council will explain, Azerbaijan collected the landmines about which it complains from Armenia's sovereign territories, occupied by its own armed forces in 2021 and 2022. Azerbaijan is therefore seeking to use mines it collected following its own unlawful acts of aggression to manufacture false evidentiary bases to support its request. The request is therefore as cynical as it is unfounded, and I hope that the court will not permit Azerbaijan to abuse the court's process in an effort to benefit from its own wrongful acts. Madam President, judges of the court, I had not planned on mentioning the meeting scheduled to be held on 23 December 2022 between Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Russia. But this morning, the agent of Azerbaijan once again accused Armenia of refusing to engage in negotiations and of failing to show up at the meeting without prior notice. But as Armenia's foreign minister stated publicly on 24 December 2022, Armenia did notify its inability to attend the meeting in advance, and it also requested that it be postponed. Moreover, the issue of mines was not even on the agenda of that meeting, and it is therefore entirely irrelevant to those proceedings. Armenia's presentation this afternoon will proceed as follows. First, Professor Sean Murphy will illustrate why the allegedly new facts relevant to Azerbaijan's request are either false or unproven. Second, Professor Robert Kolb will explain why the rights for which protection is being sought by Azerbaijan are not plausible. Third, Professor Pierre Darjan will discuss the provisional measures requested by Azerbaijan and summarize why those measures should not be granted. Finally, I will briefly return to the floor to read Armenia's final submissions. I thank you, Madam President, judges of the court, for your attention. I ask now that you call Professor Murphy to the floor. Thank you.